This year marks 4 years since the Boston Marathon bombing. Rebekah Gregory and her young son were just feet away from the blast, and they survived. Well, now Gregory is sharing her story in a new book called Taking My Life Back.
I'm still here. I was 3 feet away from a bomb. I'm pretty blessed.
Rebekah Gregory was cheering on a friend at the finish line that April day. Her 5-year-old son Noah sitting at her feet. What happened next changed their lives forever. She was rushed to a Boston hospital fighting for her life. Amazingly, her young son suffered only minor injuries, his mom's legs shielding him from the worst of the blast. Rebekah spent a month recovering in the hospital. Through it all, her strength and determination inspired so many. Her injuries were so severe she would later lose her leg. And then, showing everyone exactly what Boston Strong means, she got a prosthetic leg, named it Felicia, and in 2015, she ran in the Boston Marathon.
When I crossed the finish line, I took my life back today.
Just a month later, the Boston bomber Johar Tsarnaev was convicted. Rebekah released a letter to him that went viral.
Today, I looked at you right in the face and realized I wasn't afraid anymore. So now while you're sitting in solitary confinement, awaiting the verdict on your life, I will be actually enjoying everything this beautiful world has to offer.
Rebekah moved on with her life. She married, then endured a painful divorce. She later remarried after reuniting with her college sweetheart and faced another incredible challenge. Their baby girl, Riley, was born several months premature. Like her mother before her, she was fighting for her life. Rebekah says her faith helped her through it all, and now Riley is happy, healthy, and nearly 1. Rebekah's story of triumph over adversity, her strength through the greatest of challenges, has made her a lasting symbol of grace. And Rebekah Gregory is with us now. I told you already had me crying, Rebekah. You wrote this book. You turned 30 next week, and that was always your goal, wasn't it, to write a book?
It was. At 10 years old, I promised myself that by 30, I would have a book published, and I cannot believe that it's out tomorrow, and I'm 30 next week. And I'm 30.
And you have so many things to talk about. You have such a story to tell. How are you doing? I think that's the first question everybody wants to know the answer to.
This is a great chapter of my life. Just like I said on the piece, I'm very blessed, and I continue to feel blessed. And I feel like we go through chapters in our lives that are very difficult, and I've definitely had those. But I have an amazing husband who supports me in everything I do, and 2 beautiful children, and I'm here to tell my stories.
One of the things I like about the book is you're very honest and you're very forthcoming about what is still a struggle, what are the challenges, and you talk about still dealing with PTSD, still feeling that trauma of the bombing.
I think a lot of people think that because it was 4 years ago that we've all kind of moved on with our lives, but what people don't understand is the emotional impact of everything is so much greater than the physical. And so what we saw that day, people's body parts were on the ground next to us, bones were laying on the sidewalk, blood, nails, BBs, ball bearings, and so that sticks with you, and there's nightmares, and you're afraid to go to the airport and leave a bag unattended and things like that, so it creeps up in everyday life.
How is Noah doing? He was there. Your legs shielded him, and he's a happy, healthy little boy.
He's wonderful. Noah is running around like nothing ever happened to him, except he likes to tell people, I got blown up by a bomb, and here's my scar.
Little boys are little boys.
Yes.
Tell me about your little daughter, because that's another thing that's happened that's a miracle and so wonderful. I know doctors weren't sure if you would be able to carry a child, and yet you did carry Riley, and she was very premature, but how is she doing?
She's wonderful. Doctors told me in Boston that I would never be able to have another baby again, and that was something that really was sad for me and sad for Noah, but Riley did come into our lives, and we did spend quite a few days in the NICU, and it was very scary, but she's a happy, healthy 11-month-old now, and so we're getting ready to celebrate her first birthday.
When I was reading your story, Rebekah, it really struck me. There are all these things in life that people fear. What if this happened to me? What if harm came to me or my family? Or they worry about a divorce, or they worry about a struggle with the child. Many of these things have actually happened to you, and here you are somehow the better for it. Where does that come from?
I feel like everyone's life blows up in their face, both literally and figuratively sometimes. And I've been through many different aspects of that, and I've had so much heartache. But at the end of the day, I'm still here to tell my story, and with each chapter, I learn so much about myself, and I have a greater appreciation for the world around me, and I'm just so thankful for that.
I love one of the things you said. You said you learned the hardest chapters bring you to the most beautiful ones. You just have to wait long enough to get there. And I know your faith is very important to you. This isn't some faith that you just put up on a shelf and admire. You've had to really put it to the test.
I have, and there's been times where I've turned away from it, but then every time I've turned away, I've been shown that there's such a greater, power out there, and God reveals himself to me in the strongest ways. And so, my determination outweighs my fear every day. And so just because I was at the Boston Marathon and I got blown up does not mean that my life stops there. I was 3 feet from a bomb, and I'm here today, and so I'm very blessed regardless of anything else that happens.
You're here and you're shining. Rebekah, we're so happy to see you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the book. Wow, and happy early birthday. The book is called Taking My Life Back, and it's out tomorrow.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.